Peace. Ethan Indigo Smith here, the philosopher stoned. Here we discuss all things exoteric and esoteric of all the whole spectrum of political and metaphysical. We leave no stone unturned. And by we, I mean me. All right. So this actually really my curiosity and interest into this symbol, this numerological symbol, sort of began with exoteric research and now has culminated uh, with esoteric research. I was looking into the politics and history of the United States when uh, you can't help but look into the history of Yale University and Skull and Bones, the Freemasonic influence on the United States founding and the secret societies in these schools. Super interesting history, to say the least. Um, One of the symbols that Skull and Bones uses is the 322, and that's what I want to break down. If you There's a lot of different dimensions of this symbol, the interpretation of these numbers together, and I bear no oath, or I don't rock with nobody. I did this research on my own, and it only took me 20 years again of looking through politics and metaphysics to get this answer. Haha. So if you just flip the script real quick of how you look at the number 322 into Trinity polarity polarity, then it kind of starts to make maybe a little bit more sense. And I might even not have to suggest anymore to some more in tuned people, but it's a Trinity polarity polarity. I recently have been looking at the circumpunct and even meditating on it and thinking about it and researching it, certainly. And it is used in part sometimes in between two pillars. It overtly contains three parts. The circumpunct contains three parts in point, space, and ring. And I would argue that this symbol is very powerful and influential. And it's surrounded by two pillars, and it has three parts. This beckons to the same imagery of the thrice great, the initiated individual who's mastered himself in between two pillars, or Hermes Trismegistus in between the sun and the moon, or any number of trinities that are similar. But the point is that the center is the developed individual who's mastered three parts, and you could look at that in many different formats, and is then become a whole new fourth by way of that. Because the three always suggests the unsaid fourth. Uh, but the Trismegistus is the three, and that is at center of the duality of polarity, the two and the two. And that is, you can look at these pillars in many different characterizations and formats. Kabbalah, the Saint John's, the brother Saint John's, and Yahweh and Ashira, Yakin and Boaz, and on and on and on. But the simplest way to understand is its format of perception and action, of destructive and creative forces in positive and negative terms. So I'm not trying to say that one group or another that's secretive and elitist. is onto something. I'm saying that they copped onto something. And that's what that symbolism has in it for me. And I hope that that is inspiring for others because, again, I made no participation, no oath to make that determination. And it's my simple observation. And these groups are constantly copping on to very unique knowledge and wisdom. Um, so it doesn't mean that they own it. It's just that they keep it secret. So as someone who looks at numerology and even the political, historical, and the esoteric meaning of number and uh, symbol, that's my determination that it's Trinity, polarity, polarity. I hope that's valuable and inspiring to you guys. One.